What's going on, everybody? My name is Chase Lawson. This is the Financial Freedom Show, where I make personal finance simple. So let's get started with another episode. So in a previous video, I discussed 20 ways to cut expenses in 2020 and beyond. If you didn't get a chance to check that out yet, there are a number of good tips in there that could save you thousands of dollars per year. So feel free to check it out by clicking that link above. Today, I wanted to give you a few more ways to save some money with some more quick savings hacks for you to save money without having to cut back from what you love doing. Because if you can save money without having to sacrifice your lifestyle, it will be a lot easier to continue to implement and ultimately continue to save. You're not going to have to give up your daily coffee to save a few bucks with these strategies. So first off, I'm sure most of you guys listening probably go to at least an occasional event, such as a sporting event or a concert. And if so, I'm sure you're quite familiar with secondary ticket markets like StubHub or Ticketmaster. The issue with sites like these is they can oftentimes charge 10 to 20% or more in additional fees, which certainly will add up, and they don't show you those fees until you get to the checkout page. People selling on those sites also pay a fee, typically 15% or higher. So on a $100 ticket, StubHub collects $25 or more in fees. As a result, sellers have to list their tickets at a higher price point to recoup their costs, which leads to even more fees. But if you track price history with most events, what you'll end up finding is that the price may rise initially on tickets once they're available for resale, especially for major events. But as the event date gets closer, sellers don't want to be left holding onto the tickets, so they'll start dropping the prices to try and get them sold before it's too late. I've managed to score some great deals on tickets the day of the event simply by waiting. It will tell you right on the site as well how many tickets are available, so just keep an eye on that. If the ticket supply stays around the same or increases, you'll find prices are a lot more likely to drop. In addition, things do always come up, so some people may find out last minute they're unable to go, at which point they'll need to quickly sell their tickets last minute and just hope to make some of their money back. You can often find events on sites like Facebook where people will post tickets for sale on these pages as well, as another benefit is that they don't have to pay those third-party site fees if they sell the tickets direct. So that could be another way to score a great price on tickets. Now, obviously, if the event is much higher in demand and supply of tickets is low, you may not be able to wait, but most events will provide opportunities to save as the event gets closer. It does require some patience to apply, but you could score hundreds of dollars in savings per year utilizing this strategy. The next way to save money is through utilizing a credit card with a cashback offer. There are plenty of cards like these, and many don't have high credit standards to be approved and offer no annual fees. These cards can offer oftentimes anywhere from 1 to 6% in cash back on purchases. The great thing about cashback cards is that you ultimately decide how to spend that money, as opposed to things like airline cards that only reward with frequent flyer miles that can only be redeemed on flights. So if you're already spending the money, you might as well get some cash back while you're at it. This can ultimately result in hundreds of dollars per year in savings. The third strategy to save money is to pregame prior to going out to bars. So if you'd like to go out to bars on the weekend and drink with friends, there's certainly nothing wrong with that, but we all know that drinks at a bar are not cheap, and by the time you tip your bartender, you're easily spending $10 or more per drink. Before going out, have some friends over and have a few drinks. Then you won't have to buy as many when you're at the bar and can alternate with water so you stay hydrated and avoid having to buy a few extra drinks every time you go out. Depending on how often you go out, this can save you potentially hundreds of dollars each month. The fourth strategy to follow is to avoid tolls. Oftentimes, tolls just frankly aren't worth it. If you're spending $5 or $10 a day on tolls and only saving 10 or 20 minutes, it's probably not worth it. A strategy you can use is pulling up Google Maps to see estimated time it would take to reach your destination with tolls on, and then compare it to estimated time when avoiding tolls. Google Maps is typically pretty reliable, so this will allow you to make a judgment call on if it's worth it or not. If it will only save you a few minutes, probably not really worth it. Obviously, depending on your personal transit, it may make sense to take the tolls, but do research based on your area to see how much time you're actually saving. The fifth strategy stems around renting a car. Whenever you rent a car, there are often a lot of fees that could potentially get added on. This includes things like an under 25 fee if you rent a car and are under 25 years old, a late return fee, a fee if you return the car without filling up the gas tank, and even potentially an extra driver fee if you decide to put the car in two drivers' names. These fees are pretty easy to avoid. Obviously, always make sure you return the car on time and fill up the tank right before returning the car so you are not liable for those fees. Plan on not sharing the driving, or find a rental company that won't charge you extra fees for that. And if you are under 25 but are a member of AAA or USAA, you can get the under 25 penalty waived. In addition, car rental companies will try to get you to pay extra for a collision waiver to protect you in the event that you get in an accident. However, check with your credit card company, as many provide those same benefits for free to members of their cards, so it could very well be an unneeded fee that you can feel good about skimping out on. However, one fee a lot of people are not aware of is that whenever you rent right at the airport, there's often an added airport concession fee. This is charged by the airports to the rental companies, who then pass those fees on directly to you, the renter. Oftentimes, you can find the same companies within a couple miles of the airport, and they often can offer a free shuttle to get you to their location. This will save you from the added concession fee, which could then add up to significant savings. Furthermore, you can often find great deals renting other people's cars through sites like Turo, which is the Airbnb of car rentals. Through Turo, you can often either save money or pay the same, but get to drive a nicer car like a BMW. And oftentimes the driver will deliver the car straight to you, so you don't have to worry about getting on a shuttle to go anywhere. Speaking of Airbnb, that's another great way to save some money. Rather than paying $100 or more plus taxes to stay at the same old hotels, you can often score great deals staying in someone else's house, either by renting a room or renting the whole house. Anytime I go on personal trips, I always look into Airbnb, and I'm always able to find a great deal in a great location and save some money. Another way to save money is to cook at home or meal prep. Obviously, a lot of people go out to eat because they don't want to cook or clean up, and they'd rather have someone else do that for them. And while it's okay to go out to eat, you're paying a steep premium for that. A 2015 study by the Bureau of Labor Statistics found that the average American household spends $3,008 per year on restaurants and takeout. That's over $250 per month at restaurants, and that number continues to rise. You can spend substantially less by cooking at home. What you might spend $15 on at a restaurant, you can probably cook at home for only $5. In fact, the average meal eating out costs around $13, not counting tip or drinks, whereas the average meal prepared at home costs around $4, which is $9 less. And if your household has more than one person, that gets multiplied to an even larger amount of savings. Plus, when you cook at home, you can cook extra so you have leftovers. Americans eat out 5.9 times a week on average, according to Zagat, or almost once a day. So if you even just cut back one time per week, you'll save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per year. And finally, I mentioned this on my other video, but there's a browser extension called Honey that will scan the internet for any coupon codes when shopping online and automatically applies the best one that saves you the most money. So in a matter of a few seconds, you can instantly save good money on your online purchases and build up Honey Gold to use on sites like Amazon as well. So those are 8 quick and easy savings hacks to implement in your own lives to save hundreds, if not thousands of dollars each and every year without impacting your way of living. I hope you enjoyed those and learned something new you can apply in your life. Leave me a comment below and let me know which tips you plan on implementing to save some more money in your life. And as always, please subscribe and leave a like so that I know you got something out of this video. Thanks guys, and go get 'em.